In December of 2025, President Emmanuel Macron didn't make his generational announcement from the Élysée Palace in Paris. Instead, he was in the desert, standing before French troops at a military base in the United Arab Emirates. Macron then made his announcement. He called it an era of predators, declaring that, to be free in this world, one must be feared, and that a nation must be strong in order to be feared, and especially strong at sea. This new carrier, the Porte-Avions de Nouvelle Génération, commonly seen as PANG, is the physical embodiment of that promise. This isn't just a new ship. This is a 60-year bet on a particular kind of world, one where you can't rely on anyone else. So, what exactly is France building to navigate this era of predators? The numbers are staggering and tell a story of ambition. The current Charles de Gaulle, at 42,000 tons and 261 meters long, has been the symbol of French naval power for a generation now. The PANG, on the other hand, will be a completely different beast from the ground up. Imagine a floating fortress of 78,000 tons, stretching over 310 meters. That's nearly the length of the Eiffel Tower. It will be, by a wide margin, the largest warship ever built in Europe. Its two next-generation K-22 nuclear reactors will pump out 220 megawatts of power each, a massive 46% energy gain from the old ones, and designed with not just speed in mind, but to fuel the energy-hungry weapons of the future, like laser defense systems. It's designed to carry around 30 next-generation fighters, plus drones and early warning aircraft. But here's where the fascinating and sometimes contradictory details start to show up. This isn't just a bigger box. It's a completely rethought machine. Early designs showed a sleek and futuristic-looking island with the command tower on the deck. And then, next up to talk about, there's the power gambit. All of that electricity from the K-22 reactors has a primary high-tech customer: the electromagnetic aircraft launch system, commonly seen as EMALS. This is the same system used on the newest American supercarriers, and France is buying it directly from the US firm General Atomics. Officials say the reason for this has to do with cost and scheduling, because building their own was deemed too expensive and too slow. Then, the logistical plan to build this nuclear giant adds another layer of almost surreal complexity. This ship is going to be assembled in the massive civilian shipyard of Saint-Nazaire, the only dock in France big enough for the job. However, there is still a logistical hurdle here. Saint-Nazaire is not equipped to handle nuclear fuel. Consequently, once the hull is completed, it must then be transported nearly 2,000 kilometers to its home in Port-Toulon for the installation of its nuclear reactor. This brings us back to a core vulnerability. This massive investment, roughly 10.25 billion euros, is concentrated in a single vessel. Indeed, the French Navy's own data indicates that the Charles de Gaulle is available for operations only about 65% of the time. The rest of that time is spent in maintenance, with lengthy refits for nuclear refueling that can sideline the ship for up to 2 whole years. The PANG, for all its advancements, won't escape this cycle either. So consequently, a nation that's obsessed with its own defense has, by design, signed up for recurring windows of total naval vulnerability. Lawmakers have already questioned the staggering price tag, especially given France's strained public finances. Then we come to the engineering side, a ship full of contradictions. But zooming out, why is a single nation making such a monumental bet? We personally think the answer lies in these 2 words: strategic autonomy. It's the conviction that France, and by extension Europe, must act decisively on the global stage without waiting for permission or waiting for a ride from the United States. The Pang is the ultimate symbol of that ambition, but it carries a familiar flaw. By committing to just one carrier, history is simply repeating itself. Like the Charles de Gaulle before it, the Pang will be unavailable during long, crucial periods of maintenance. In its quest for independence, France has willingly accepted a paradox, a strategy for power that guarantees years of having no power at all. The timing of Macron's announcement was no accident either. Delivered near the Strait of Hormuz, it served as a calculated signal to the world, even though it was perhaps heard the loudest in Washington. As debates continue to rage over the future of American commitments to Europe, the Porte-Avions de Nouvelle Génération is France's way of declaring, "We must be prepared to stand alone." It is simultaneously a hedge against unreliable allies and a bold assertion that France intends to remain a top-tier global power. However, this grand vision faces the cold reality of French fiscal politics. With a staggering price tag of over 10 billion euros, the project has ignited a fierce domestic firestorm. France is currently grappling with massive public debt and intense pressure to slash spending. Lawmakers, particularly from the center and moderate left, have already made moves to delay or scale back the carrier, arguing that the funds would be much better utilized for immediate military needs, such as a larger fleet of frigates. The government frames the Pang as a vital investment in national sovereignty and the industrial base, supporting hundreds of small businesses. Conversely, the critics view it as a lavish, flag-waving type vanity project. They contend that the true cost is not measured solely in euros, but in the painful cuts to healthcare, pensions, and social services that are fueling public unrest. Ultimately, the controversy transcends naval strategy. It poses a fundamental question. In an era of rising global predators, is this ship the necessary price of sovereignty? Or is this ship a fiscal gamble that risks weakening France from within? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.